Matt here, Chase the Weekend. How you going today? Well, I'm currently in the midst of a motorhome 12 volt system upgrade. My parents have gone and bought themselves a Winnebago. They've decided they want to travel, but there's no inverter in there. So they've got their generator, they've got batteries, albeit old, but no inverter, and the solar's pretty outdated. So what I'm currently doing is installing an inverter, DC-DC charger, management system. We're chucking out the lead acid batteries and putting in lithium batteries. And we're also upgrading the solar. So it's got a single solar panel on the roof. I don't even know how big it is, but it's tiny. So they've gone out, bought 3 flexible solar panels. I've sort of tried to distance myself from flexible solar panels over the years. Don't like the idea of the cells bending and flexing, and you know, it's one of the main reasons why cells fail is because of micro cracks from flexing. But apparently these ones are made for it. It's from a national company, so let's grab the boxes, we'll open them up, and we'll both have a look at them together at the same time, and I'll give you my first impressions of these panels, and then in later episodes I'll actually show you how I've installed them and also the motorhome system that we've done. So let's grab these boxes and we'll open them up and have a look. Techie. Alrighty, so before you turn off, yes, they are King's panels from 4Drive Supercenter. They look pretty good. The specs look pretty decent. The warranty's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay. Yeah, they seem okay. We won't know. I'll do some tests on them and see what their output's actually like. But there, let's open one up and we'll have a look. Righto, so packaging is quite good, which you'd expect it to be traveling around Australia. You don't want your solar panel getting damaged. So the first thing we see is our solar connectors here. They look fairly standard. Got some eyelets there, which you might be able to screw down through. Try and keep that together because I actually want to put it back in there. Alright. There we go. Looks like a solar panel, although it's a bit thinner than usual. Alright, so yeah, it doesn't look too bad. There's only 4 mounting eyelets. Physical size, I'll put it in a little title overlay, but it's about 1390 by 670 looking at it. And it's probably about 2 mil thick, 3 mil thick. Okay, so that's not too bad. What do we got? 4 bus bar design. Looks like a half cut monocrystalline cell. So, which is good. That's fine. That's good. It's got a serial number on it, so you can record that. Now, this feels like it's going to scratch really easy. Oh. Try not to scratch that surface. So the back is nice and smooth. We've got our nameplate there, 160 watts, 23.1 open circuit voltage. Righto, so we've got open circuit voltage at 20.1 volts in the afternoon. There we go. What do we got? Short circuit current is 9.25 amps. Maximum power voltage is 18.5. Maximum power current is 8.65 amps. Maximum system voltage 60 volts. So if you're planning on running your panels in series, you are only going to be able to run 2 panels in series. So these will not be suitable for a 48 volt system because your open circuit voltage is only going to be 46.2 volts, which is not high enough. But for caravans and camping and stuff like that, totally fine. And looking at that, it's going to work with the majority of the DC-DC regulator, car chargers with built-in trackers, red arc, projector, CTEC. Oh yeah, 1370 by 670. Oh, that's pretty close. 2.7 kilos, so not bad looking at it. There are some marks in the cells there. So not bad, not bad. So flexibility, it's pretty, I don't know how far you, normally I would never do this with a solar cell, but what's that? Probably 100 mil over at 1.3, 200 mil. Probably wouldn't go more than that, no way. So yeah, not too bad. Probably got 0.5 meter on cables there. They should hopefully will be waterproof, those junction boxes. So what do we got? So important safety instructions. Okay, that's all to do with the solar controller. So that's got absolutely nothing to do with the solar panel. Warranty, 12 months. So like I said, 12 months is not really good enough for a solar panel, especially one that you're going to glue down. I get that it's probably not going to be as long because it's flexible, but when you're talking house panels, like these ones in this box here, they're 25-year warranty. So yeah, surely another couple of warranties should be okay for this, but anyway, 12 months, that's what it is. I'd be interested to know what other flexible solar panels warranties are, so I'll do some research on that as well. Warranties is manufacturer's defects and any damage caused by the defects. So if you drop it off your roof when you're installing it, not covered. If you glue it on wrong and you have to cut it up and you damage it, not covered, which is fair. Okay, so that's it. So that's the only instructions we got. Now I've done a bit of research. I watched the video on how they install these. So with solar panels, the hotter they get, the less efficient they're going to be, which is going to be a real problem if you're gluing this to a roof, because there's going to be no airflow underneath. It does say on the website to glue or fix to a solid surface, which is going to make it really hard to get airflow under it. So what they do in their video is they sticky tape, double-sided tape it to a piece of core flute, and then they tape the core flute to the roof, and then they've got this other tape that they put around the outside. I'm not real convinced that's the best way to do it, but you know, that's what they're recommending. I get the core flute. Obviously you're going to get the perforations in the core flute to be the direction of your travel, so you get the wind to go through it, but how beneficial is it actually going to be? I reckon, in my own opinion, that you could probably get away if you fixed all three edges and then you did some cross braces through that. The thing to consider will be heat. How does the heat warp this plastic? And if the heat will deform the plastic. So that would be a consideration, is if you do mount it like that, is the plastic gonna sag in the heat? Because these will be, so cell temperature will be about 30 degrees higher than ambient. So if you're out in the middle of Queensland or Australia or Simpson or whatever, it's 40 degrees, 45 degrees. Surface temperature is going to be up around 70. So things to consider. Other than that, looks fine. Looks fine for a cheap panel. So now I've got some genuine MC4s here. So let's put these side by side and see how they compare. When you're doing MC4s, you really want the same brand to go into each other. Now, as of today, when I've recorded, Ford Drive Supercenter weren't selling MC4s by themselves, so that's a problem. So what I would probably suggest is either contact them, try and get them to send you some, or tell you who the manufacturer is to get some, or the panels that connect to your wire that you're going to run down into your vehicle or your van, get matching pairs, cut them off and redo them so that they are matching. So that's the positive there. There's a difference there at the base. All right, so this one is a genuine MC4. So MC4 male into supplied female. Looks pretty good. Admittedly, this doesn't have the inner in it and the cable, so that will be the thing, is the inner into the, make sure it's nice and firm, but that clips in really nice, so nice and solid. So yeah, look, you could risk it, but that would be on you, not me. So cable length, yeah, probably 1/2 meter, like I said. Pretty good. Righto. So there we go, King's 160 watt solar panel. Make sure if you're choosing this panel or any other panel, that it lines up with your solar charge controller. You might need an MPPT, maximum power point tracker. If you're running house panels, you will definitely need a maximum power point tracker because they have a higher voltage input. But for these fellas, I would be quite comfortable running 2 in series and a tracker, or all in parallel. Just go through, check, make sure you got the right cable sizes, make sure all your connectors can handle the current that you're going to put through it, make sure everything's sealed, out of the sun where you can. So if you're running cables on top of your van, get some conduit or something like that to keep as much of it out of the sun as possible, because it just destroys everything. Things to consider would be warranty. It's only 12 months. So, you know, whether or not that's a thing. If you're just chucking it up on top of your roof rack, happy days. This top surface feels like it's going to scratch quite easily, so avoid rubbing things along it or rubbing it along the surface, or even cleaning it. If you're going to clean it, I'd probably use a really soft rag and just be really gentle with it. Light scratches probably won't affect it too much, but if you get lots and lots of deep scratches, then, well, first of all, you could probably penetrate through the top surface into where the cells are, or you could just scratch it and then it just causes inefficiency. There we go, King's 160 watt flexible solar panel. Initial impressions, yeah, it's pretty good. It's light, it is quite semi-flexible ability. It's quite flexible in a flexibility kind of way. A few little things like the maximum system voltage only being 60 volts. It's a little bit low, but it's not the end of the world. Most people are only going to have 1 or 2 of these anyway. If you're going to do a big system, obviously you want to run them in series, you're going to have an even number, so you can do lots of 2. Other than that, quite happy. So if you've liked today's video, make sure you show us by hitting that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. If you have any questions, please put a comment in there. We try and get back to every single one of you. We really do appreciate the time that you've put in and watched our episode, and we'd love it if we have earned your subscription today. It means the world to us. So remember, the weeks are long, but the weekends are short. So get out there, chase that weekend, catch up.